Comrade U. Vasuki, a senior leader and trade unionist of CPIM in Tamil Nadu, known for strong stances in defense of women's safety, education, workers' rights and caste justice. We cordially invite you to deliver a talk on the topic, technological progress, labor and gender norms.
Thank you so much. Respected Chairperson of the session, Comrade C. Ravindranath, General Secretary of the party, Comrade M.A. Baby, Senior Leader and former General Secretary of the party, Comrade Prakash Karat, Jilla Secretary of the CPIM, organizers of the EMS Smrithi, Comrade Sudhakaran, Comrade Radhakrishnan and other members, and my dear comrades, I convey my warm revolutionary greetings to all of you. Vanakkam, Swagadam, Viplava Ashamsagal. Only this much I can speak in Malayalam. Other things I'll present in English. Comrade EMS was a legend. We have so much to learn from him. Every year EMS Smrithi is observed here with dedication, recalling his glorious contributions to the national communist movement and his immense role in shaping the contours of the left movement in Kerala. We see his mark everywhere, whether it is the social reform tradition or radical land reforms, decentralization of powers, or grassroots level democracy, or socio-economic caste survey, the list is huge. He was the first ever elected communist chief minister, a path which was not trodden before in our country. Even now, his teachings are relevant. I extend my red salute to Comrade EMS memory. Let us carry the movement forward at this critical juncture where neo-fascist trends are becoming more and more sharper. Forever, Comrade EMS will remain as our inspiration in our journey towards socialism. My topic today is about the technological advances, its impact on labor with specific gender dimensions. As we all know, both science and technology are crucial for any kind of development. That's a continuous process. I'm not an expert on technology, but as a Marxist, I can give you a broad framework. As communists, we understand the process of evolution of societies. The capitalist society we are living in today has passed many stages, and this will also move on to the next stage, that is socialism. The CPIM is determined to bring about a radical change by mobilizing our classes as well as socially oppressed sections to march ahead in the revolutionary path. On the way, formation of left-led governments and trying to give some kind of relief to the people within the limitations of the state government. At the same time, utilizing that to mobilize the masses towards the larger revolutionary goal is part of our work. Right now, we have only the LDF government in Kerala. The 24th Party Congress has decided on a task to protect and defend the LDF government. LDF government's achievements and services to the common people are many. That is the result of the alternative policies they were pursuing throughout. It is our duty to popularize those achievements among the people. Comrade Prakash also listed out quite a few important steps taken by LDF in this regard. This country has seen many models. Everybody is claiming that their model is very great. It could be Hindutva model, communal and casteist model, and at a different level, we see Dravidian model. Our task is to project the left model, that is the Kerala model, to highlight LDF government's work. Their idea and execution in the sphere of knowledge, science and technology, and their efforts in making them accessible to all sections of people, that must be appreciated very much. As a party of working class, in the process of walking the revolutionary path, we are facing many challenges. We try to study the challenges, its impact on the people, and grapple to deal with it, engage with it, and negotiate with it. One such challenge is the technological advancement. How to assess that? We often see loss of jobs, retrenchment, displacement of workers, replacement of labor as a result of technological growth. Does it mean that we should reject it? This is one scenario. At one point of time, when computers were introduced in banking sector, fully computerized system, there were loss of jobs among the bank employees, merger of branches, merger of banks, compulsory transfers, voluntary retirement scheme, etc. Some of us went to the extent of declaring automation anti-nation. The All India leadership of the party, while supporting our struggle to protect the interests of the bank employees, they criticized us for that particular slogan. Then does it mean we welcome automation unconditionally, even if it has negative consequences on the working class? This is the second situation. When tractors and other machines were involved in agricultural tasks, it replaced scores of agricultural workers. We gave a call to resist and block the machines physically. Don't we want improvement in agriculture? This is the third situation. So what exactly is our stand on this? It is not really difficult to understand. Technology per se is neither capitalist nor socialist. Can anyone say computers are capitalist, artificial intelligence is socialist? We can't say that. It all depends on three aspects: who owns, who controls, and who benefits by it. These are the crucial questions. So in this way, technology has a class character depending on the social system in which it is being developed and used. For any society, growth of productive forces is a must. It is the law of the historical materialism. All of us have learnt it. In fact, for a socialist society, productivity must definitely increase manifold to fulfill the huge aspirations and expectations of the people. Since it is the socialist state, people naturally look up to it. They want more. Our Kozhikode Congress ideological resolution clearly states that every socialist revolution works out its own approach towards socializing and rapidly developing the productive forces. It's not just developing, rapidly developing the productive forces. Why? In order to establish socialism as a system superior to capitalism. It must be superior to capitalism in every aspect. Technological advancement is part and parcel of it. In a socialist society, the situation will be different. For example, means of production are owned by the people, that is by the socialist state. Secondly, benefits or profits, they go to the people. It's not for a particular individuals or corporates appropriation. So situation there is much different. But socialist countries are also facing problems. But as a country following the socialist system, they try their best to solve it in favor of the people. For example, socialist China. To contain China and its progress, US imperialism is continuously scheming against it, either individually or with other countries. Since semiconductor chips are important components for many things, US prevented countries including Taiwan from supplying high-level chips to China. But China faced the challenge. They did not surrender. As a socialist country, they tried, they came up with multidimensional efforts. Now they are almost successful in that sphere. They are able to work on artificial intelligence and bring out a better tool than America and other countries. It's called DeepSeek. And provided DeepSeek as open source software, free software. Those companies in China who are involved in this innovative technology are generally either public funded or governed by state policy and its laws. So its impact is somewhat kept in check. But when it happens in a capitalist society with the entire system serving the interests of the corporates, it is different. We need to tackle it. We should see that the interests of the working class protected. We must also demand that it must be accessible to all. Marx had anticipated the growth of technology in a big way and talked about it. Lenin had written a lot on it. Things like artificial intelligence, digital revolution, etc. may not have been imagined at that point of time, but they could assess the direction of the capitalist society. In the quest for profit, they will find new ways and means. They will radicalize and revolutionize technology to increase the productivity at a lesser cost. They will squeeze the labor more for more exploitation to maximize the profit. Marx talks about technology's dual role. He says it's a tool for intensifying exploitation under capitalism. At the same time, it gives us a potential for liberation under socialism. He says technology is not neutral. It reinforces class structures depending on the social system. He also talks about alienation of labor. Workers alienated from the process of manufacture and from the product they produce. They become appendage of machines, losing their creativity under capitalism. The reason is they are not the ones who control technology. Lenin also talks about technology's dual role. He says imperialism treats technology as a weapon. Technological superiority helps strengthen monopoly capital because they are able to buy up all new innovations and patents, etc. So soon after the revolutionary government took charge in Soviet Union, Lenin said, socialism at this time is what? Socialism is Soviet power plus electrification of the whole country. He talked about technology at that point of time also. So it's a different game under socialism. It's altogether a different game under capitalism. So coming to the current scenario, normally one would think that technology will reduce the burden of workers. But in a capitalist society, the burden will not be reduced. It will increase because capitalism weaponizes technology to deepen exploitation. It never liberates workers. It is not their intention. It redesigns exploitation. That is very important. It redesigns exploitation. This is a fundamental contradiction in the system. The concept is very simple. Capitalists develop technology for profit, not for human needs. They invest in technology to lower production cost, increase the productivity, and extract maximum surplus value so that they earn maximum profit. How do they extract more surplus value? We know in Marxist concept, we talk about necessary labor time and surplus labor time. Surplus labor is the unpaid labor which becomes the profit. Capitalism through technology increases surplus value in many ways. For example, with the help of machines, industrial robots, and artificial intelligence, production will increase, but in the same working hours. That means workers produce more in the same amount of time. So naturally surplus value will be more. Secondly, the speed of work in assembly line, in manufacture, in so many other aspects, the speed of work is set by machines. And so workers are forced to work more. This is called intensification of labor. Classic example is the Charlie Chaplin's film. It's called Modern Times. It shows how a worker controlled by the assembly line speed becomes part of the machine or the tool, losing all creativity. This speed and intensification of labor increase profits. It's worse than piece rate system. See, at least in piece rate system, if you pack 100 boxes, you will get some amount. If you pack 200 boxes, you will get more. But here, same wage, same working hours, but you will be pressured to work more, produce more. Since these developments displace labor, the reserve army of labor will be more. So wage level can be kept at a lower level. This too helps profit generation. Now let's see some recent examples of the impact of latest technological advancement. All of us are using Ola, Uber, Zomato, Amazon, Flipkart. These are all called app-based work. It is increasing. We call it gig economy. It is steadily growing. It is highly exploitative. Many times we order through Zomato, and those two-wheelers are driven so rashly, not because they want to show off their driving skill, but they have to reach the destination in 30 minutes. Otherwise, some amount will be cut from their salary or bonus. Big basket employees, they have to do the delivery in 18 minutes. They are strictly monitored online. Similarly, Uber and Ola, those drivers, they are also monitored online, and they can't even stop the car for a cup of tea. For just 5 minutes, they can't do it. Both open exploitation and hidden exploitation are there in the gig economy. The management of Ola and Uber, they do not want to recognize the drivers as workers or employees. If they do, then legal protection like wage structure, bonus, accident benefits, job security, etc. need to be considered. Hence, management call them partners. It's a very nice word, partners, and escape completely from labor regulations. And moreover, the gig workers do their work, mind their work on their own, individually. They are isolated. They don't come into contact with one another. So it's quite difficult to unionize them. This situation allows more exploitation on them. The latest development in technology is the creation of artificial intelligence. The most popular tools we all know, like ChatGPT, DeepSeek, etc. It is different from previous avatars. Our 24th Party Congress political resolution also mentions the fact that artificial intelligence has better capabilities to perform tasks which we thought in the past beyond the capacity of the machines. Now they are doing it. But we cannot say that it has reached the level of human cognitive functioning. What is cognitive function? The process taking place in human brain, acquire, process, store information, thought process shaping into ideas, language, emotions, planning, problem solving, all put together. So our resolution says artificial intelligence do not possess near human level intelligence. It cannot attain it shortly because it relies more on algorithms and statistical methods. They produce content, but they don't understand the meaning like we do, humans do. Their intelligence is nothing more than the intelligence of the people whose data are used to train them. Someone feeding input in the system whatever is his intelligence, that will be the intelligence of that particular AI. So that will be the content and intelligence of AI. But it performs certain cognitive tasks which are being done by white collar knowledge workers. In India, it is being used in manufacturing, supply chains, transport, traffic, healthcare, financial services, education, consumer and retail. We've heard about digital assistants, customer service chatbots, recommendation engine for e-commerce and entertainment portals. So these are the words we are hearing quite frequently. Now we have to see some of the negative consequences of this development. Artificial intelligence is used in militarization, like automated warfare, target identification, which was carried out in Gaza by Israeli military. There is widespread information that Israel used automated weapons, AI-enhanced warfare supplied by US, and it caused massive destruction and enormous human casualties in Gaza. It is said Israeli military using artificial intelligence, through that they monitor Palestinians, civilians, ordinary people. Then wrong input and false input are given to the automated weapons, saying that these people are a threat to Israel. They are militants, so they have to be targeted. So those innocent people are targeted and killed. We are against war. That's a different thing. But in the given situation, they are violating international laws on war. To differentiate between military targets and civilians, they are committing war crimes with the help of sophisticated AI-driven weapons to kill civilians. They claim that they are using it for precision strike so that civilians will not be injured or killed. But we all know that Israeli military's target is not just Hamas, but any Palestinian. They even consider Palestinian babies as their enemies. So the AI-enhanced warfare do precision strike, they do surgical strike, but the targets are innocent civilians. Secondly, AI so far do not have original thinking. It goes through enormous data, filters them, and give us whatever is required. So if the person whose data input is used has social bias in his thinking, then it will be naturally reflected in the AI tool also, like discrimination against blacks, minorities, women, immigrants, Dalits, rural people. When people, ordinary people, rely more and more on such tools and start trusting their integrity, the bias will be strengthened. From workers' point of view, threats to jobs will be more. Workplace restructuring will take place. We know the meaning of reform and restructuring. It is only victimization. Normally, technological growth in one sector displace workers only from that sector. So it will push them towards other sectors for alternative jobs. But AI has the tendency to replace labor in almost all sectors of economy at the same time, from manual work to knowledge-based work. So its impact on labor will be worse than other types of automation. Goldman Sachs predicted that the AI technology would bring significant disruption to the labor market, exposing 300 million full-time workers. 1/5 jobs globally are exposed to the risk of AI automation. At this juncture, the most affected will be professionals, technicians, senior officials, managers, that level. But it may extend to others gradually. From consumers' point of view also, there are consequences. Our personal data are used for commercial purposes. All our preferences and likes are noted through our viewing and watching social media. The way we purchase things through online portals like Amazon, Flipkart, etc. It shapes our tastes and directs our consumption, what to buy and what not to buy. In simple terms, it modifies our behavior for profit. It interferes in our day-to-day life. If you Google search, critical views on Modi or US may not be shown first using some algorithms. If the first 10 websites a person sees, if they praise Trump or Modi, the reader will begin to believe that. This kind of brainwashing also is possible through algorithm and other related developments with AI. As far as gender dimension is concerned, women are concerned, this is a world of patriarchy. So women's subordination may be justified and glorified by AI tools. Old wine in new bottle, we can call it. Similarly, when job threat comes, the first ones to be thrown out could be mostly women. Only less number of women go up in the career ladder. In white collar knowledge work, they may be affected more. Then women workers, we normally say, in our trade union platform, in our party platform, we always say that women are being doubly oppressed at home and workplace. That will continue because of this technological advancement. That is not going to change. That will be strengthened. They are not going to be liberated at home because of technological growth. Every family cannot yet afford household equipments like mixies or washing machines. Even if it is possible, mostly women will be operating them. The little time they save because of the machines will be spent on some other extra work. So women's unpaid work at home is not reduced, it only increases. I'm not going into the details, but women's unpaid work at home also helps to keep the general wage level lower. Then women working in the app-based platforms may be discriminated because of the gender bias built into AI tools. We have to study it deeply. Women may receive less wages than men for identical work. It's called wage theft. Wage theft. Since app-based workers are not mobilized together, always in a segregated atmosphere, how much amount each gets remain a secret till the end. Some information is there regarding wage theft for women. It is happening in Uber, Instacart, etc. Then women work in large number in clerical, retail, customer service sectors. Those sectors are being automated. So job threat is more for them. Everyone needs a job and income. But for women, economic independence is a precondition for their emancipation. So job and income for women is connected to their freedom and independence. So job loss will strike at them more strongly. Then women tend to use restrooms often for various reasons during their menstruation or during pregnancy, etc. AI algorithm and monitoring will penalize such bathroom breaks. It's already happening in Amazon warehouses. Then there is something called deep fake pornography. It is fake but looks very real. So that fake pornography, they are using it to threaten women for sexual favors or extortion of money. That is also happening. Similarly, if a single mother wants to borrow, this algorithm for credit or loan giving, they may deny loans to single women because they see them as high risk category. Not only that, you listen to this, menstrual periods are tracked Any discrepancy is considered pregnancy and abortion. And this information is used for prosecuting them in anti-abortion states. We know there are some states in US where abortion is a crime. Over there, this information is collected and given to the police for prosecuting such women. It's very easy to say that capitalists use AI to reduce production cost. But does it happen like that? AI doesn't come free. It needs a lot of investment, huge cost to develop and maintain. Secondly, the profit aspect. The profit comes from unpaid labor time of workers. If there is no labor, profit will be affected. That becomes a contradiction. We are not saying that labor will be completely replaced. We do not anticipate such a scenario. But for argument's sake, we want to raise this issue. Finally, what is to be done? How to deal with it is the major question before us. We have to study it deeply and assess the impact concretely, then raise suitable demands. For example, regarding the job security of workers, alternative jobs, dignity of labor to be maintained, regulation and laws for AI usage, surveillance and monitoring. Transparency in algorithm and data, that is very crucial because we already discussed about the system bias which is fed into it against women and marginalized section. So unless the process is transparent, we will not know what kind of input has been fed into the AI. So we need to know that and change it. Societal needs, they have to be incorporated. And regarding the war and other things, new international legal framework must be put in place to prevent war crimes by using AI-driven warfare. The CITO General Council recently has taken a very good initiative. They have conducted a preliminary discussion on AI and its impact on labor. Such efforts need to be strengthened. Comrade EMS always believed in scientific thinking and approach based on Marxism. So I am very happy that I was given this opportunity to talk during EMS Smrithi about technological developments and impact on labor with its gender dimensions. So the point before is we have to study. Every day developments are taking place, developments are being unfolded. So all of us have a responsibility to study it deeply, understand the problem and formulate suitable demands to protect the workers and making it accessible to the public. So with these words, I conclude my presentation. Thank you very much for the patience here.